Thank you, Khalil. It's very nice to always hear exactly what is the thought process behind the end product. And the end product has been improving and getting better and better every year. And of course, the end product is also being globally viewed on our Facebook page. So that is also a fantastic, I don't think too many organizations, autonomous or semi-autonomous bodies, have A, members overseas, and B, have their flagship event going live all over the world. So I think hats off to the PAIB committee. Some very aggressive, I would say, and of course adventurous things that they've done over the last few years. We are now heading towards the second half of the conference, but before that we have a Battle of the Brains quiz that is done on Facebook, and we have the budding accountants all over Pakistan, and they are quizzed on almost a weekly basis, and based on a very stringent evaluation process, we have 4 winners. So we're very happy to have them on stage, and may I please request Khalil to come back on stage to give out prizes to the winners. So with your with a good round of applause for them, of course, Ali Hussaini, Zahid Nagda, Muhammad Raza, and Asad Numan. So well done, and thanks for participating, and I'm sure the rest of us who are here can also go back and see what the quiz is and continue to participate. If the other winners are here, can I also request them to come on stage quickly and take their prizes, and of course the photograph, and of course if you have loved ones anywhere else in the world, they can see you right now. Okay. I think that the final winner may not be here, but we will definitely ensure that the prize is sent and received by the winner. Khalil, thank you so much once again. We will now move to the interesting part of the day. I think historically we've always said that chartered accountants lack interpersonal skills. I don't think so. I think amongst our family, amongst our friends, we can be the funniest people around, and even on our own. I mean, it is a perception that is there. I think all we need to do is be ourselves. I mean, when we just look at the people networking around the conference in itself, you can see the personalities coming out. And it's just a matter of bringing the personalities out in the workplace. We also spoke about innovation. We spoke about the digital evolution. We spoke about the mental model having to change. So let's just allow ourselves to drop our hair for a bit. And what would be better if we have somebody who is a professional at this, who has come in especially to Pakistan. I also flown in last night for this. The Power of Words by Mr. Muhammad Al-Khatani, who is a humorous speech champion of Saudi Arabia. He also became the first Arab to win the World Championship of Public Speaking in Las Vegas, Nevada in the US in 2015. Thank you so much for coming to ICAP, and with a big round of applause, can we please request Mr. Muhammad Al-Khatani to make his way to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Answer me this. What is the first thing that you remember? What is your first memory? See, for most of you, if you travel back in time, you might remember something when you were, 3 or 4 years old. My oldest memory, I was 8 years old in school, at the front of the class. And the teacher walks in and he puts a book in front of me and he asked me to read. I started reading and I stuttered. And he slapped my face. Read again, you stupid. I said, read again, you stupid. Okay, stop. There is no use out of you. And he took the book and he gave it to someone else. There is no use out of you. You see, ladies and gentlemen, during your life, you will be faced with a lot of challenges. And anytime a challenge comes your way, you have two options. The first option is to rise against it, try to defeat it, and maybe you will win. The second option is take the easy road and avoid it. But he said something to me. He said, there is no use out of you. One single statement. No use out of you. So I decided to avoid the problem. I took my stuff and I went to the back of the class and I hid behind this giant student so nobody can see me. And from that time until last year of high school, I avoided talking to everybody. Even my own family, my mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters. I didn't talk to anyone. Because in my mind, what? There is no use out of me. If I open my mouth again, I might get slapped or I might get laughed at. So why? I had no friends. I had nobody. Because I avoided talking to everybody. And because I spent most of my time by myself, I used to read a lot, so I used to be the best student in class. And one day, third year of high school, a fellow student, his name is Mansour, he came up to me. And he said, Muhammad, you are a smart student, you're always the top of the class, but I don't think I ever heard you talk. And I remember I grabbed a piece of paper and I wrote down this. I can't talk. And he said, if you were a mute, you wouldn't be in the school. You will be in a very special school. But you can't talk. Your problem is fear. You're afraid of people. Do you want the solution? I said, yes, please. He said, in order for you to beat any fear, you need to face the ultimate type of that fear. What do you mean? Tomorrow morning, you're going to read the announcements in front of the entire school. Stand there and speak to everybody. And I promise you, this is your cure. And ladies and gentlemen, when you are desperate, and somebody hands you a solution, an idea, no matter how crazy that idea is, you'll take it. So I took it. I said, okay, I'll do it. The next morning, I went with the school announcement, and I stood in front of 400 students, and in my mind, I'm thinking, as soon as I open my mouth, I'll be okay. Why? Because he told me so. I started speaking, and I stuttered again, and 400 students laughed at me hysterically. Until this day, they still call me the broken radio. And I was crushed. The one thing that I avoided my entire life, I walked to it with my own feet, and it turned out horrible. Everybody laughed at me. I'm the joke of the school now. During recess, I went to Mansour, the same student, and I said, your advice sucks. You said if I spoke in front of people, I'm going to be okay. He said, yeah. But nobody succeeds from the first time. Single statement. Nobody succeeds from the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we try to embark on a new journey in life, and once we face the first failure, we give up. And we say, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I just can't do it. Ask every successful person around you. Nobody made it from the first time. You are supposed to fall once and twice and 10 times and 20 times. But every time you fall, you're not going to repeat the same mistake. So you didn't actually fail. You were just one step closer. He said to me, go back and do it again. And just like a crazy person, I did. So I walked in front of the school again the next morning, and I spoke, and I stuttered again, and everybody laughed at me. I walked the next day, I spoke, and I stuttered again, and they laughed at me again. But I noticed some of the words that I used to stutter on yesterday, I'm not stuttering in any longer. Yes, this is working. He was right. All I had to do is just keep doing it. And from that day on, I loved the stage, and I took every chance to speak, and I taught myself how to be funny. I taught myself comedy, because in my head I thought, well, if they're going to laugh anyways, they might as well laugh with me and not laugh at me. I went to the States, and I went to every stand-up comedy club. I got booed off the stage so many times, but I still did it because this is my cure. So I finished college and I came back, and for the first 5 years, I said to myself, let me focus just on my job. I'm a computer scientist, so I'm a nerd and I'm sitting at the computer. So for 5 years, I stayed away from speaking. And I noticed that I'm stuttering again. And it's even worse than before. I need to fix myself back again. A friend of mine gave me an advice. He said, there is something called the Toastmasters Club. I didn't know what that was. He told me about it. And in that club, there's a chance for you to speak every week. And this is exactly what I needed. Speaking for me is like a drug. And I need my fix. So I joined the club. And soon after I joined, I learned that there is something called the speech contests. In the speech contest, you compete first on your club level, and then it grows and grows until you compete on your country level, and then you go and compete internationally. I said, let me give it a try. So I tried it for the first time, and I won on the club level, and when I went to the second level, I got second place. I lost. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bit of a sore loser. I don't handle losing very well. And I sat at the back of the hall after the conference is over with my second place trophy, just hating it and hating myself. And my club president at the time walked up to me and he said, Muhammad, you did an amazing job. Everybody loved your speech. I said, yeah. He said, what's wrong? I said, well, I got second place. He said, so? I said, it's second place. Look at this. I cannot put this on my desk. Look how tiny it is. And he said something to me that I would never forget. He said, if a piece of glass is what you're looking for, I'll take you out and I'll buy you the biggest trophy in the market. I'll buy you the biggest one. Is it a piece of glass that you want? Are you here to get a piece of glass? Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we might chase something in life. To be the chairman of something, to be the head of something, to get a bigger salary. Yes, that's okay. But that should be a tool for you to get to a higher purpose and a higher goal. You shouldn't aim for a title. You shouldn't aim for just a piece of glass. And he said to me, Muhammad, why are you doing this? Why are you speaking? Why are you putting yourself in front of people and sometimes messing up? I said, well, it's fun. He said, if it's fun, then you shouldn't feel bad when you lose. But you want something bigger. What do you want? What is your target? I said, I don't know. He said, what is your target? Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have a target in mind, you will give up halfway through. Your journey will be aimless. Set yourself a measurable target that one day you know that you're going to hit. I thought about it for a minute and I said, well, I guess my target is I want to speak to 1,000 people. If I get a chance to speak to 1,000 people, that is my dream. That is my goal. He said, well, there you go. Now you have a target. He gave me a piece of paper and a pen. And he said, if that's your target, then one day you will reach to the World Championship of Public Speaking. You will compete against all the speakers from all over the world. So here's a piece of paper and here's a pen. I want you to write your acceptance speech. And I said, acceptance speech for what? He said, acceptance speech for when you win the championship. I said, oh my God, you're crazy. He said, no, write it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, our hopes and goals and dreams in life, they're like lies. How many of you have made up a lie and made it so good that you believed it yourself? We all have. And dreams are exactly the same. Once you believe in them, somehow God will make it happen. But if you say, well, I'm just going to try, then you're not going to get there. Believe that whatever you set your mind into, you will achieve one day. So I took that piece of paper and I wrote an acceptance speech. Keep in mind, this is 2010. I wrote it, so I wrote an acceptance speech and I put it in my pocket. And the next year, I did the competition again, I lost. The next year, I did the competition again, still lost. And every year, I keep losing. Until 2014, I wrote the best speech ever. The masterpiece. The best thing that I could ever done in my entire life. And once I wrote it, I said, oh my God, this is amazing. This is the piece that I'm going to take all the way. So I entered the competition that year, and I still got second place. And I was crushed and devastated. Not because I lost. Because this is the best thing I could do. I sat at the back of the hall again. And the same guy came to me again and he said, Muhammad, you did a great job. Everybody loved your speech. I said, dude, this is my best work. And my best work is still not good enough. Have you ever felt that way before? Your best work is still not good enough. Then what are you doing? Are you just wasting your time? I kept asking myself that question. Am I just wasting my time? Because if my best work still cannot win, then I'm just wasting my time. And he said something to me that I will never forget. He said, Muhammad, when you think that you hit your best, that's when you stop trying. That's when you stop living. And in order for you to keep on living, always remind yourself that your best is yet to come. If you do something amazing, don't say to yourself, this is the best I could do. Always remind yourself, I could do better. Maybe not now, but I could do better than this. Remind yourself all the time that your best is still yet to come. 2015. I entered the competition again, and I reached all the way to the level of Saudi Arabia, but I still got second place. But I was okay. I was proud of my performance that year. However, 2 weeks before the finals in the United States, I get a phone call. Yeah, hello? Yeah, is this Muhammad? Yeah. My name is Abdullah. I'm the person who won the championship of Saudi Arabia. I'm the one who's supposed to go and compete in the US. However, I just want to tell you that my dad is very sick. I'm not going to be able to make it this year. Can you take my place? I'm second place. I'm going to want to compete against the first place from all over the world. and I only have 2 weeks to prepare. I cannot do this. It's impossible. But I told him, you know what? I'll call you tomorrow and confirm. That day, I was in my club, and I'm sitting, and the president of the club came up to me, and she said, Muhammad, you look stressed or something. Is everything okay? And I told her the whole thing. I said, well, the first place winner dropped out. Now they want me to go, but I don't think I'm ready. I think I'm going to drop out too. And she said something I would never forget. She said, Muhammad, some chances will come only once. If you let it slip away from your fingers, it may not come again. Ladies and gentlemen, when those chances come into your life, even if you're not ready, say yes. Find a way to do it later, but first say yes. Do not let a chance slip away from your fingers. Because trust me, you will regret it for the rest of your life. She said to me, say yes, and we will help you. I said, fine. So I said yes. And for 2 whole weeks, we were writing again, and we were rewriting, and I'm rehearsing, and I'm doing all until I hated it, but I'm ready. I fly to Las Vegas. 100 contestants from all over the world. They break us into groups. Each group competes, and from each group, only one goes on. I win in my group, and I cannot believe that I actually won. And now I'm in the finals, the top 10 speakers, and the pressure is now coming to me. At the day of the competition, they took us to the back of the stage, and there is a room and a screen. So when you are in the room, you can see whoever is on stage. So we're sitting, all 10 of us, and at that moment, for a minute, I forgot why I'm here. You see, I thought speaking is for me to give a message, but when you get so close to the title and to the trophy, the title and trophy start to sneak into your mind. And I thought to myself, maybe I can win this. I'm so close. Maybe. And then I started to think about the piece of glass that I might get. They do the draw. I'm the last speaker. So I get to watch everybody before me. The first speaker takes the stage, and he was just amazing. I've never seen anything like it. My jaws just said, oh, okay. Maybe I'll get second place. The second speaker comes, and he is even better. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll get third place. And the third one came, and everybody is better than before. So I simply gave up. And I said, Muhammad, remember why you were here. You have a message. Give that message to the people. Have fun and leave. You're not going to win, but let's just have fun doing this. And I watched them one by one until it's just me sitting in that room. They came up to me, they put the mic, and they said, Mr. Katani, please come to the stage. I'm standing at the edge of the stage before they announced my name, and there's a lady there who's holding the curtains. And I asked her, how many people out there? How big is the audience today? And she said, 3,500 people. 5 years ago, I had a target of 1,000. Now I got 3,000. So when I stood on that stage and all the lights hit me and I see everybody, I cannot see the end of the hall. Everybody would listen to me. At that moment, I realized my dream is now true. If I win, fine. If I don't, I honestly don't care. So I gave that speech, my best performance ever, but still I think there is no way I'm going to win, and I go and I sit down. They start announcing the winners. And all of us sitting, everybody's like, except me. I'm just playing on my phone. Because I thought, I'm not going to win. At least I had fun. third place winner, second place winner, the world champion of public speaking 2015, Muhammad Katani. I didn't even hear my name until the guy behind me punched me in my back. Go. Where? It's you. What? It's you. Okay. And I go there, and I still can't believe it. And they handed me this big trophy. People cheering and clapping. And then they said to me, they said, would you like to say a few words? And I remember that acceptance speech that I wrote 5 years ago. And I got up on that podium and I said that exact same speech. I said, ladies and gentlemen, as a child and up until now, I cannot speak. I stutter while speaking. And if you ask anybody who knows me, they would say this trophy is the definition of impossible. It's impossible. And yet, here it is. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying impossible simply doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. We are the ones who tell ourselves that we cannot do it. We are the ones who tell ourselves this is hard, this is impossible, this is not for me. And then at the end we wonder, nobody is believing in me. Did you even believe in yourself first? And then I looked at the audience and I said, ladies and gentlemen, go back to those hopes and dreams you had when you were a child. Those things that you thought they were impossible. And tell yourself this, if Muhammad Katani, a child who cannot speak, can win this, then you can do anything you put your mind into. They take me to the back of the stage, and as soon as I step back to the stage, the CNN, the Washington Post, the New York Times, everybody is standing there to have an interview with me. And my head was like this big. And they're asking me all kind of questions. And everybody asked me the same question. Mr. Katani, what's next? I don't know. Really, I don't know. I didn't think this through. I didn't plan this. I didn't think ever that I'm going to win. But now I have it. I don't know what's my next step. They walked me from there to a hall the size of this one. And the whole way, I'm still thinking, what's next? I don't know what I'm going to do. And then they put a table in front of me. And they put my trophy on it. And here is a stack of papers. And in front of me, the 3,000 who were in the hall earlier watching me. Each one of them wants to take a picture with me. Or have me sign an autograph. And I felt, yeah. Please, yeah, come here. Oh, please, yeah, you do. And I started thinking about the fame and the money and all the stuff that comes with it. And I forgot why I'm doing this in the first place. And during this line, while people are coming, comes a lady. She's in her 50s, with tears in her eyes. Tears, ladies and gentlemen. She came to me and said, son, I don't want a picture. I don't want an autograph. I just want to shake your hand. And then she held my hand and she said, son, I want you to know something. What you said up there will make me a better person. I will be a better person just because of something that you said. I just came here to say thank you. And then she left. And at that moment, the trophy meant nothing. The title meant nothing. All of it meant nothing. Now I know what's next. Ladies and gentlemen, what's next for me is I want in 5, 10, or 20 years from now, I'll be home, watching TV, flipping through the channels. And while I'm flipping through the channels, I see an interview with a successful person an influential person, a person who's making a difference in this world. Hopefully this person is one of you. And they would ask that person, how did you become the person that you are today? What was the start? What made you who you are? And I want to hear that person say, years and years ago, I listened to a guy, his name is Muhammad al-Katani, and he changed my life. One person. So let me ask you this. Is this person in this room? Say it. Is this person in this room? Louder. Please, let me hear you. Is this person in this room? Well, to remember this, allow me to take a picture with you guys. And then when you make it, whoever you are, just remember me through this photo and tell the world I was there. So can you all please smile? And let's just capture this moment. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I went back into the teacher who slapped my face. And I said to him, you told me that I'm useless, that there is no use out of me. You know what he said? Honestly, I don't remember. He doesn't remember. I went to the same student who gave me the advice to stand in front of the entire school and speak. And I said to him, thank you, because of your advice, you changed my life. And he said, what advice? He said, you told me to stand in front of people and speak. You know what he said? I don't remember. Words have power, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes you will say something that you will forget. But that something could destroy someone's life for years, or could be the spark that makes someone live a happy life. Be careful of everything that you say. Ladies and gentlemen, one day we will all die. One day we will all leave this earth. Ask yourself this question. Did you leave this earth a better place just because you were in it? Because if you didn't, I'm sorry, your life is a waste. You see, when you die, there might be 3 types of responses. People might say, oh, thank God he's gone. Or they might say, yeah. Or they might say, لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Oh no. Are you going to get an oh no? I hope you all do. Thank you so much for listening.